Hello everyone, Heather here from the Sewing Loft, and we have been working on our blocks to quilt designs, and today I have a brand new block to show you. It is the Holiday Wreath block, and it is, again, just like all the others, made in a 12-inch and a 6-inch finished unit. So today, while the block is super simple, I wanted to share with you an easy tip for embellishment. Now, it's a wreath, so you can add pretty much anything you like to it. A regular velvet bow, maybe like this one here that's pre-made, or you could make the one that I'm going to show you how to do today, which is made from a scrap of fabric and a scrap of batting. So to get started making our bow detail, you're going to need a few supplies, and they are a scrap of batting, your scrap of fabric, your template, and also a hand sewing needle with thread. If you're working with a directional fabric, just keep that in mind when you're placing your sandwich together. Now I'm layering up, you can see here, batting side first, then it is right side of my fabric placed on top of that, and then here is my other piece right on top. Now I just folded mine over because of the size, and all I need is my template to go over it. Now that I have my template on top of it, I'm going to need to trace it. Now you can use this with anything because it's going to be on the inside of your bow, but I'm going to use a little Frixion pen because it'll erase with the heat when I'm done. So just go ahead and trace all the way around. It doesn't have to be perfect, but this is your guide. Now remember, you can download the template, it's part of your pattern, at thesewingloft.com. Now once I have this in place, I'm just going to pin all of my layers together, and I'm going to stitch all the way around my outline. Now you want to keep your stitches small, so maybe reduce them slightly, and I like to use a coordinating thread that matches with my main fabric. This way, when I'm turning it right side out and pushing out my curved corners, you won't see any of those stitches smiling through. So let me take this to the machine and stitch it all around. Now you can see here that I have stitched all of my layers together. Let's see it on the other side. Okay, and what we're going to do now is put a quick slit directly in just the top layer. So you're going to want to feel for it and make sure that you just have that top layer. Put a quick snip right there, and then open it up a little bit larger. See, only the one layer. And then we're going to go through and trim all that excess fabric away. After you have it all trimmed up, you're going to just turn it right side out. And the opening doesn't have to be any special size. I just like it so that it's easy for me to turn it. And then I suggest before you do your next step that you give this just a quick press. So let me just head to the iron really quick. And your corners don't need to be perfect. I think it adds character when they're not. Okay. And then after you have it all turned right side out, you're going to take your hand sewing needle and thread. I've got a contrast thread here, and you're just going to do a little slip stitch. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You're not going to see it on the other side, so I'm just going to do it really quick for the video. And this is just to keep it all in place. After you have it all stitched together, you're going to come down. I like to hide my needle underneath and then come right out at the center, and then just go right through with a little gathering stitch, okay, a little running stitch. And this is going to give us all of that fullness. Make sure you go through all of the layers, okay? And then once you have it all gathered, just wrap your thread all the way around it a few times to secure it in place. Okay, twist it as you like to make it look nice and full, and then knot it in the back. And then there you go. There's a template included for both sizes. You're going to use the larger template, obviously for the 12-inch, and then the smaller inside template you can use to create the smaller bow, which will be for the 6-inch finished block. What did I tell you? It's super cute, and the bow detail is fun to add to the bottom of your holiday wreath block. Remember, you can find even more of these easy to make block to quilt designs at thesewingloft.com.